Because there's so
I know what I want
much.
to ask you.
What?
With the AI stuff. Do you have an AI voice agent in your business?
No.
Like, how much AI do you have?
So, I mean, I would think between you and I'm probably like, or the people that are, I'm behind, I would say, in aspects of, well, because I don't even know what question you just asked me, so I know that I don't have that.
Well, does an AI robot answer your phone and talk like a person? Okay. I have that. I integrated that.
Really?
Yeah, a while back, and I'll tell you why. But I want to ask you that first. So do you
No,
have?
I don't have that.
So do you have any AI integration with like automated follow-ups? Like when your leads come in, does it go into like this database where there's like triggers that are set and like
I have some. Yeah, I have triggers on anything that is like digital. We have triggers, and AI deals with some of it, but mainly it's just like Zapier still.
Okay.
But that's so much. It's kind of similar in certain ways. I mean,
Well, the AI aspect would come where it jumps in and like would communicate. Like if a text message comes in and your people can't answer it in like X amount of time, then the AI agent will jump in and say, "Hey, Susie, like how you doing?" Or if they asked a question about like in my business, like looking for a 10-yard dumpster, like my AI agent would jump in, and if we don't get to it quick enough, it would just be like, "Oh, great, you need a 10-yard. Like what town are you from?" Because we've trained the AI agent to know our entire business.
Yeah.
So it can act like a person in that respect, and it gets the customer the information that they're looking for, which satisfies that.
Yeah.
And then they're not going and looking for another company because like this company didn't even get back to me. Like what the hell is going on? So we use it in that aspect. And so for like our AI voice agent, I integrated that like maybe 6 months ago, and we have it answer the phone for overflow during operational hours, and we have it answer the phone for after hours.
After hours, that's nice.
And so I never trained it to act like a person and try to fool the customer, because people hate robots.
Yeah, they do.
And they don't want to talk to a robot. They hated talking to a robot when it was just press 1 for this, press 2 for this. Like that wasn't even AI. That was just like programming.
Yeah.
And we've hated robots for a very long time. So I just knew that people are going to hate this even more if they find out that it actually isn't a real person. They're going to want to like come and burn your business down.
Yeah.
So I trained the AI agent to come out front and just be like, "I'm not a real person, but I know everything about the business, and I can probably answer your questions, and I can also take messages and route you to the people that can help you." So I use it, like I break the third wall. Is that what that's called? The fourth wall?
I think the third.
I think it's the fourth wall. So I break the fourth wall of like, no, we're using AI, but we're not hiding it. And it's to help you. It's to add value. So it's after hours. It's 10 o'clock at night, and you just got around to needing information, and for some way you needed to talk to somebody. So you called, because people still do call at like 11 o'clock at night or something.
Well, there's a
and
question,
then they get the information.
and I don't know the answer to this, but I have heard of people using these AIs. I get peppered with it a lot. People trying to sell it.
You over the internet.
And I haven't seen anything yet that's convincing enough for me to change. But on the same hand of what I was saying earlier, I do think that there's also going to be value in like, oh, when I called this place, a real person answered the phone. Like I had a real conversation. If I call AT&T right now, I got to talk to an AI agent that then transfers me to an AI agent, who then transfers me to an AI agent, and I get frustrated. And maybe
to talk on that point, that's why I only use it for overflow.
Yeah,
and after
but I'm
hours.
saying, but there's going to be companies that are like, well, look at this, and then they're like, hey, I'm completely automated.
Eliminate.
That it is efficient. But could you be losing your lunch to people that are like, hey, I still have real humans that answer the phone, and we can develop relationships long term with customers?
It could be detrimentally efficient.
Yeah, it could be. That's a good way to put it. I don't know the answer to that.
Neither do I. Time will tell, I suppose.
That's very true.
Yeah, so that's how I integrate it. And so I have like an AI agent for the website too. So when someone goes on the website and they have some random question,
I have that.
They can talk.
Okay, I do have that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we still try to answer like a person. Mm-hmm. But if we can't get to it within whatever the time frame is, like 30 seconds or something, then the AI guy comes in. I should probably give him a name. And he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like from New York.
I just got done posting on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Did you send a link? Can you actually go like this link? I'm trying to get, so they jump in there, and it's cool to like have that where even if you're not, like, if you're in a truck or something. And so this is where it boils down for like AI integration and like even the smallest of businesses, is that none of this stuff is really expensive.
No.
And if you are still working in your truck, doing your jobs, like, it's really hard to do all the administrative stuff. It's really hard to answer every single call. It's really hard to get back to people. It's really hard to get all the estimates.
It's also hard.
To do all
It's
these
hard
things.
to justify it as you build. I mean, SG&A is an expensive thing, and if you start to minimize it with AI, you can become very efficient. But I guess that's the question: is like, at what point is it a diminishing return?
Yeah. At what point of integration
Have you gone too far?
Yes, that's very interesting. I never really pondered that.
I don't know the answer to that.
I like that. That's a very interesting question.
If you read the 4-Hour Work Week, you'll probably think I'm going to make AI do every possible thing
That's
here.
Tim Ferriss.
I think it was. I read that book, and I'm not critical on books much, but I will say I read that book, and I hated it. I hated it so much, and I can't even remember why really. But it was more of, I just remember thinking, this is just trying to convince everyone to, like, don't do anything, integrate or automate every possible thing you can. And I think it can work for some businesses, but if we all did that, everyone would hate businesses. I just remember reading that book thinking, if everyone did this, it would ruin business if everyone acted in this manner. But the select few that do might actually be doing really well.
I think the ones that do it, whatever that balance is, like what you just
find
said.
the balance.
I think finding that balance, I think, could really catapult a lot of companies.
Mm-hmm. Especially small. I think when you're small, the way you're putting it is very, like, it's spot on. There's so many tasks you have to. I know we talked about it a few, like, the last time we spoke or the time before that, but like the amount of things you do when you're on the truck, and a lot of those are just task based.
Yeah.
If you could automate a lot of it, especially early on, before you have an opportunity to do it yourself or be the person sitting in that seat, you can get off the truck a lot faster.
It's like, where do you, as the business owner, add the most value? And it's always different at the stages of the company. So it's like, in that stage when you're in the truck, it's like, well, where do you add your most value? It's like, well, doing all the jobs, like doing every single job, shaking every single hand, like doing all of that kind of stuff. It's like, so having AI come in and replace all these other tasks that pull you away from where you currently add the most value could then help you bring other people in quicker, get out of the truck quicker, or move to the passenger seat, like you very well put it the other week, and then help you grow the business and make more money and serve more people and help your community more and all that kind of stuff.
But back to the human element, like with what we do, or junk removal specifically, I can already see it. Everyone's going to start to, like, really push to do one thing, which is, how do we get AI to price the jobs for us, right?
Well, that happens, and I
created
one already.
It's like I see it, I understand the value in it, but if everyone's doing it, you're taking now away the human element of sales, and I do find value in that.
Well,
like,
but it can be used in just a certain fashion of that process. Like, if guys really don't know how to price things, if they've been mispricing jobs and getting burned, then something like that, because it has to be an enhancer. Like, AI can't be a complete replacer.
Yes, but I guess what I'm saying is most people, when they have a tool, they'll eventually just use it 100%.
Yeah, to do the thinking for them.
Yeah, it'll replace them, and then they will not know how to do it. I'm trying to think of an analogy. It'd almost be,
it's like, I got no internet on my phone, so I can't help you anymore.
Yeah, if you're a carpenter and you learned how to use a nail gun, because it's super efficient. It's so much more efficient. The moment you got to pick up a hammer because it has to be used, you have no idea how to use it. And there's still value in swinging a hammer. There's still going to be value in, like, using that hammer for certain things. And if you lose the ability to use that hammer when that time comes, you're up shit's creek.
Yeah.
Because you only know how to use the one tool that was the most efficient.
I think that goes back into what we said earlier. It's like, the people who are smart and are pros, AI will allow them to move forward at a much higher rate. And the people that are not, or allow it to do the thinking for them and things, it's just going to keep them where they are. It might even push them backwards.
Yeah. Well, I think about it in my own business, because this is not AI, but I went through a stint where we decided, like, hey, we have some guys that price really well out on the field, and then we got the guys that aren't very good at it. So we did like a sweeping thing where the back office just priced everything for them. So everything was priced, and then it got to the point where we no longer had good salesmen. Everyone became bad because we took that ability away, or we took that need away, and then before you knew it, anytime we needed them to sell, upsell, or anything we needed them to do when it came to the selling aspect, we had bred bad salesmen because we didn't let them learn the skill.
Yeah.
And then I had to walk that back, and like I had to like get back to our roots of teaching guys how to sell, because sales is part of customer service and all of that. Because like I think we've talked about it before, and you could tell a customer $200. I could tell a customer $250. Not you specifically, but someone that's not a good salesman. They gave a better price, but I gave so much more value that the person, when I leave, they feel like that was the best $250 they ever spent. But with the guy that didn't sell it very well, they kind of feel like, man, I just spent $200 for that, even though it's the exact same thing. So that's that, and yes, that seems like a minuscule thing, but when they feel they got a bunch of value, and then the next time they're getting ready to call somebody, they still remember that feeling and the value they got the last time. Like, oh, that guy really, they were awesome. I'm gonna call them.
Yeah.
So I know I'm jumping around, and it's like that's just kind of finding the problem with a solution. But those can be the downfalls of leaning too heavily on any one thing. And I see that coming with the pricing. I can see it where it's going to be everyone prices the same. Everyone's prices are the same. So then it's going to be like, okay, what differentiates you? So you better figure out the human element to differentiate yourself from the other companies, because we're all going to have the same prices. Be like, well, he charges this much per square inch because AI is going to basically take everything down to the penny. And so I'll be like, I'll just charge the same or 1 cent less. And then, so we're all just kind of in the exact same realm of pricing. So then it's going to be what separates you.
Well,
so the human element has to separate you.
What's the differentiating factor? What's the value prop? That's really what that, and that's what you just said. What's the value prop? And that just comes through communication, which is sales. It's just communication, sales.
But it's the guy standing, it's the employee standing in front of the customer so often.
And knowing how to communicate with that guy.
Yes. So
and selling the service, and selling everything that's not the service. Because in your example, the guy that's just like, that's $200. You want me to do it? And the other guy that's like,
or he has his phone out and he's got, well, AI says this is $200.
Or the other guy that says it's $250, but we have insurance, and if this goes wrong, you're completely covered, and we're professionally trained.
We're gonna have all this out. You're never gonna have to worry about it again. You're gonna be happy as a clam when this is all said and done. We're gonna sweep up, and like this is gonna be the best $250 you ever spent. Those are two different things.
Correct.
And so, that's kind of where it comes down to, like, you don't lose the human element. Don't lean on something too much, because if you have AI in your business and it's like, well, AI trains my employees, it prices my jobs, it does this, it does this, it does this, and then the moment if it's doing too much, you then have employees that are not learning any skills to add value to your business, and they're just become like almost like walking zombies that are just pressing the buttons and doing the things. Like the guy, like there's a different level when I eat at Waffle House than when I eat at McDonald's. There's just something different about it.
No, you're being like
not that I really eat it.
Like a real example.
Well, like you ever go to Waffle House and like they're cooking the food in front of you, and like when my scramble, when my All-Star comes out, and like it just feels different than if I ordered something at McDonald's and I saw the kid hit a button, and then a fry came out, and then he hit this button, and then the hamburger came out. It just, for some reason, it tastes different to me. And it's like, I know that's a simple, stupid model or analogy, but that's kind of, you know.
Well, so I want to go back into what you said about AI training the employees. So going back, you can tell I'm a very big proponent of AI, but I see the perks and the positives. Our conversations are very good because we're about the same thing, but we have different perspectives on it. So we balance each other out very well. So the AI stuff, like training the employees. So going back to integrating AI in the right way in the business. So you can use AI to help you train those employees by recording yourself. And so it speeds up the training process. So you don't have to write everything down and go through it all mentally. You can just have someone videotape you, follow you for the day, plug that video into an AI video analyzer, and tell it to create a process for this. and it'll literally take every single thing that you do and put it in there within a snap of a finger. Then the human element has to come back in. You have to review it. You have to make sure it's all good. But it can even take snapshot recordings of what's actually happening. So you have the written process, you have the video, it'll pair it up. So then when someone new comes in, imagine how much quicker that training process will be.
Have you seen Rocky 4?
I don't think so.
Okay, so in Rocky
We
4...
have some movie dates to go on now.
so in Rocky 4, terrific movie. The Rocky has to go fight this big Russian, and he has to go to Russia, and
I think I've seen clips. Is this where he's like, if he dies,
if he dies, he dies.
Yeah, okay, all
but
right.
this guy is just made from granite. Like, he's just this monster of a man. And then the montages start, and he's just training. He's basically training AI. He's on a treadmill, and there's things connected to him, and then he's punching something, and it's reading out, and they're doing all these things. They got him connected. And he's all this scientific training. They're showing this guy. He just seems like this robot that's being built. And then they show Rocky, and he's just like in the snow, like plowing snow, and he's doing pull-ups on a tree, and then he's like
carrying a
he's
log or
literally
something.
just doing everything painfully, like a caveman. And then when the fight starts, that's when if he dies, he dies. But when the fight starts, like Rocky can keep taking hits because he's toughened himself with how he trains. And then in the end, it was like the Russian couldn't handle the toughness, and then eventually just crumbled.
Right,
I don't know where I was going with that, when you're describing, I'm like, you're training. What is the guy's name?
What are you trying to make? Well, what's the connection though?
That Rocky's a fucking badass, man.
Well, yes. Okay, so but that aside, Sylvester Stallone.
I guess I'm just playing devil's advocate because I could see someone still like that would be like.
Where do you see that going wrong though? Because that's still human. My example. You don't like that example? You don't think
the guy
that's
was
good?
a great fighter in the movie. He just couldn't beat Rocky.